Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fates Day Night Remastered. Und ja, wir sind jetzt ja am Ende des Date-Tages angekommen. The uncomfortable day passed us by in a flurry. Saber never laughs, not once during the whole day, so neither do I. No part of the day was particularly memorable, but neither was there any painfully boring aspect. Basically, nothing significant happened. The way it went, maybe Saber would have been happy if we had stayed in the dojo and trained together. But today wasn't all that bad either. Even if it didn't end up being all that exciting, I should be proud that I at least managed to take Saber around. After the war is over and once everything goes back to normal, I don't want to look back on all this and realize that all the time I spent with Saber was in combat. Even if this entire date was stupid, she needs to spend some time doing something other than fighting, or there's no point in her being here. So yeah, I should be proud of myself. The end is near, when everything is done and when there's no need to fight anymore. If Saber can look back on this moment, that's enough for me. We walk back home. Just as we are trying to get on the bus, Saber finally voices a preference. The winds are picking up. The brilliant sunset paints a bright red. Saber notices something, stops and looks over the bridge into the river. She's looking at a mountain of rubble. I say it's a mountain, but the pile isn't really that high. Steel frames and other things are piled up just a little below the water level, and it's only slightly disturbing the flow of the river. I don't know what happened, but some boat probably sank, then pieces of it drifted here. I hear some of the neighboring residents have been complaining, trying to get rid of the pile, since it is so unsightly. What is it, Saber? Did that catch your attention?
いえ、まだ残っていたのかと。あれの原因は私ですから。前回の戦いで水上戦を余儀なくされ、ここで宝具を使ってしまった。
Oops.
被害は川を干上がらせただけでしたが、運悪く停泊していた船を巻き込んでしまったのです。
Struck with Excalibur?
そうなのですが、幸い乗客はいませんでしたし、被害も大きくなかったんです。川だって今では元通りですし、そう起こらなくともいいではありませんか。私だって反省しているのですから。
Oh. I should be more careful. When we use Excalibur, I need to be mindful to use it somewhere there's a lot of open space, like out there, like out here.
シロ、まだ怒っていますか?
No, I'm not mad. I was just surprised. Plus, it's a reminder that there are still remnants from the previous war. Compared to the wasteland at the Central Park, the mountain of rubble in this river is nothing, though I guess the ship's owner might not have come out of that so great.
それはご安心を。船の持ち主には保険が下りたとキリツグが言っていましたし、もともと緩衝材にするつもりで船を止めさせたのですから。船体を壁に見立てて宝具の威力を削いだのですね。
Does that mean you destroyed the ship knowing it was there for that purpose?
承知していたわけではありません。あれはキリツグが私に黙って用意していたものです。そうですね。キリツグには戦いの流れが読めていたのでしょう。船を用意する前もその後も一言も口にしなかったので気がつきませんでしたが。
And then Saber looks down at the river, probably thinking back to that earlier Holy Grail war. The surface of the water glitters with reflected sunlight. The wind coming from the river flutters Saber's hair. She is so beautiful. Saber, did you have fun today? I'm suddenly scared Saber is going to disappear, so I ask a question it is probably better not to voice. Oh.
はい。何か言いましたか、シロ。
I did. I asked if you had fun today. I hold my breath. Saber looks a little confused.
そうですね。新鮮でないと言えば嘘になります。
She says it fondly. Like she knows she will never have another day like this. which is exactly why I already knew her answer. The only thing left for me to do is nod in agreement and then walk her home. At the least, things can still go back to normal if I leave it at that. I see. I look at Saber and nod. Then let's come again. We'll have other chances to do something like this. It is maybe a dangerous thing to say. Saber's expression hardens. I think she realizes what I'm trying to say. She looks directly at me and suddenly shakes her head. There will not be a second time. This happened today, and that's where it will stay. Why not? I know exactly what Saber is going to say. I know I won't be satisfied with her answer, but I ask anyway.
なぜも何もない。サーバントは戦うために存在するものです。今日のような行為は自らの存在を否定することになる。シローが休憩すべきだと判断したから従いましたが、もうこの先は体を休める必要はないでしょう。残る敵は少ない。シローが命じるなら今すぐにでもランサーを探し出したいほどですが。
She focuses on me, eyes blazing with her fighting spirit. Saber is saying that she can head into battle anytime if she is ordered to. And that really sets off my anger. What the hell, are you really that eager for a fight?
当然でしょう。戦えば戦うほど聖杯に近づくのです。私にとって戦闘は何よりも優先すべきことです。それは素人って分かっているはずですが。
Yeah, I know, and it doesn't make any sense. I've been wanting to tell you, you are contradicting yourself. You keep saying fighting is important, but you never once thought you wanted to fight. You've got no other choice, so you're just fighting because you're forced to.
そんなことはありません。私は戦闘をためらわない。勝利するためならば手段は選ばないと言ったでしょう。
Yeah, she did say that. But that doesn't mean she likes fighting. As long as you can manage, right? Listen, Saber. If all you need to do was defeat the other masters to get the Holy Grail, you would have done that already by attacking innocents like Ryder. But you won't do that.
それは。
It's not that you don't want to involve innocent people. You know very well that people die in battle. That is right. That's why you wanted to minimize the fighting. Once you start fighting, people die. Which is why you wanted to end it as quickly as possible. In other words, you're just scared of there being casualties in these battles. Ist auch nicht so anders. Möchte auch keine... möchte auch nicht, dass da irgendwelche Leute zu Schaden kommen. Saber's eyes grow wide, like she's seen a ghost, but quickly now she grits her teeth.
違います。私は戦いを怖がってなどいません。
Yeah, you're right, you probably haven't been afraid from the start. But that's only because you squashed all your own feelings. Like fear beneath your duty and dignity as knight, as king. And yet, you don't want to fight. You were just good at it, but it's not a talent you actually wanted. Look, I'm going to be blunt, you're not fit to fight. You never wanted to take up the sword in the first place. You're just saying it's what you want as a way to talk yourself into actually doing it. On top of that, why didn't anyone around here, even herself, figure it out and just say something?
シロ、いくらあなたでもそれ以上の侮辱は許しません。
Oops. You can't stand it because it's the truth. If you admitted it, you would never be able to fight again. I hear a grinding sound. Saber's glaring at me, trying to hold back her anger. I can't back down now. I know I'm right. I can't back down. So you should stop. You wanted to stop. You know you are not fit to hold a sword, to fight, so just quit. Stop being a servant and do something that suits you better. It's not too late for her to try to find whatever real, human happiness she has always wanted. And for that I would...
バカなことを。私に戦う以外の選択肢などありません。この私は聖杯を手に入れるためだけのものです。王の誓いを守るためにこの身を差し出した。それ以外の自分の使い道など私には許されない。
That is, she's just an object seeking to obtain the Holy Grail. That is what ticked me off the most. Why does she talk like she's only trying to convince herself? Everyone around her took her at her word because she kept insisting on stuff like this. You idiot, that's not true. There are plenty of other ways to live your life. You are here in this age now. It's not like back when you were alive. You should try to live your life for yourself. Don't make the mistake of using the Holy Grail. What I say next is what I hope for most. Forget about the Holy Grail. Don't use it for anyone else. If you are here, you need to live here happily. My ears pick up the sound of wind. Saber doesn't answer. She doesn't nod. She only looks straight in my eyes.
その言葉にはうなずけない。私はあなたに従うと契約した。だが、心まで預けたわけではありません、マスター。
Saber speaks slowly and clearly.
王の誓いは破れない。私には王として果たさなければならない責務がある。アーサー王の目的は聖杯の入手です。それが叶おうとも、私はアルトリアに戻ることはないでしょう。私の望みは初めから一つだけ。剣を手にした時から、この誓いは永遠に変わらないのですから。
What are you talking about? That's not what you really need to do. You will never be rewarded for what you did, and that is wrong. You don't need the Holy Grail. Besides, Saber's vision won't come true. What has already happened can't be changed. Saber, you can't redo something that has already happened. Or at least you shouldn't. I know you've already figured that out.
いいえ、決してそんなことは。
Then I'm going to tell you. No matter how bad it ended up, you can't change what has happened. Asking for a do-over just because you didn't get the result you wanted is the way of a spoiled kid acts. We are at an impasse. Saber doesn't say anything anymore, and I don't have any more to say. The sound of the wind stops, or rather, it pauses for a moment. An instant later it picks back up, just as I feel the wind on my cheek.
シローなら分かってくれると思っていた。
It becomes a headwind.
今日一日無意に過ごし、言いたかったことはそれだけですか。
Her voice is cold. I hear only rejection in it.
思い上がらないでほしい。あなた程度の人間に私の何がわかるというのです。あなたに私に踏み入る権利などない。戦うなですか。私に守られなければならない未熟なマスターが何を。そのような世まい事を吐くのは一人で戦えるようになってからにしてください。まあそんなことは永遠にありえないでしょうが。
No, this isn't just drivel.
ですから世まい事でしょう。自分のことを考えろですって。
Yep.
それは素人で同じではありませんか。あなたは自分の命が感情に入っていない。あなたは私が間違っていると言いますが、あなたの方こそ何かを間違えている。
Genau so ist es.
自身より他人を優先するなど死者の考えだ。自身の命の重みも知らない大バカ者がよくもそんなことを言えたものです。
Saber, why you?
勘に触りましたか。ならいっそのこと契約を解除しても構いません。どうせあなたは聖杯を必要としていない。あとは私一人でマスターを破り聖杯を手に入れるだけですから。そんなに戦うのが嫌ならばあなたは遠くで隠れていればいいでしょう。
Saber, are you serious? My voice trembles. My teeth are rattling. I'm angrier than I realized.
当然です。私の目的は聖杯だけ。それ以外のことなど余計だ。シロ、それはあなたも例外ではありません。
I struggle to breathe. I try to fight the blackness encroaching on my vision. Try to get my heart beating again. You idiot. Fine. If you're that eager to fight, go do it yourself. I don't care anymore. I can't keep my emotions under control. I yell out some sort of lame excuse, then turn and run. I run away from her. And for an instant, I think I see Saber just standing there dumbfounded. Damn it. I just run. I don't know why I'm mad, only that I am, so I run in a fit of rage.
それ以外のことなど余計だ。シロ、それはあなたも。
Yeah. I grit my teeth. Honestly, I'm getting dizzy just thinking back on what she said. I'm so unfocused, I might run into a pole or something. Well, it would be easy if I could do that. If I was only angry at Saber, I should have taken it out on her like an idiot and just be done with it. But something else caused my fit of rage. I'm not mad at Saber. I'm so frustrated that I keep running, and I don't allow myself to catch my breath because I know I'm a spineless good for nothing. Saber just stands there gaping at me. I heard her faintly, just as the wind changed direction.
シロなら分かってくれると思っていた。
Damn the hell I would know that, you idiot. I immediately regret my words and nearly trip. What did those words mean? They had sounded like parting words, but also like she had been about to cry. Now that I think back, that was probably the only honest thing she had said. She had hung her head as she muttered that to me. Her voice was a mixture of expectation, disappointment and pleading. Then, who was the betrayer and who was the betrayed? I run into my room and slam the sliding door. I flop onto the floor, arms and legs splayed. I'm tired of standing. I just want to lie down and go right to sleep. But even when I lie down, my body is on fire. My heart feels like it's about to burst, and my lungs are desperate to take in oxygen. I ran back here at full speed, not even pausing once, so I can't blame my body for the discomfort. I feel like I still haven't run enough, but my body is telling me to slow down. It takes a bit, but I manage to calm down. I take a deep breath, hold it, then release it. After my breathing calms down, there's just one thing left swirling in my head, and it's a simple question: what am I really angry about? It's not really something I need to think about. I was running because I know I'm helpless. I can't help Saber. It's so frustrating. I'm angry with myself. I can't do anything. I said I was going to make her smile. I decided to protect Saber, but I couldn't do anything, and that is making me so angry. But what can I do? If Saber doesn't even want happiness, there's no point in someone else trying to get involved. That is why I tried to help Saber find happiness on her own. But she told me those efforts were futile, even called me an idiot. A fool who doesn't even know the value of his own life, huh? But what do I do with all that? I value my life and I don't want to do anything to end it. And my life has nothing to do with Saber. Bringing my circumstances into this wasn't fair. No matter how stupid I am, I know for sure that Saber's wrong. But when she outright rejects me like that, there's not really anything I can do. Damn. She can do whatever the hell she wants. I roll over to lay flat on my face. Now all I see is a tatami mat, so I might as well close my eyes and empty my mind. I don't care what happens to Saber. If the Holy Grail is so important, then she should just marry it. If she is going to be this stubborn after I've told her this so many times, I should just stay out of it, or I will end up getting burned. Actually, I might not get out of that mess with only a burn. I might actually get really hurt. The hell, I've already gotten hurt. This is worse than just getting burned. I met her, fought with her multiple times, and to survive I saw into the depths of her heart in a moment of incredible intimacy. I remember her heat, the light deep inside her. The light deep inside her. I don't know why I'm remembering this now. There's a faraway grassy field, memories of a girl left behind. The moment I think back to that beauty, nothing matters anymore. What Saber says doesn't matter. You are just a thing to fight. Then don't expose your own weakness for crying out loud. Saber is just unfair. I don't know what exactly is unfair about her, but I know something is. Angry as I am, I can't hate her. The more I want to forget her, the harder it gets. It's all tangled up. Damn, so the person who falls in love just gets screwed over? But I can't help it. I can't give up no matter how many times she tells me it's useless. I just have to see it through to the end. Oof, I remember her face there, on the verge of tears. Does that mean, will she make that face every time I do something like this? But I can't. No matter what happens, I can't agree. I'm going to keep doing this, even if I'm wrong. If she's really important to me, I will never apologize to her. I think I hear a sound. I'm not sure when the sun set, but the room goes dark. But the room has gone dark. The ticking of the clock is getting annoying.
ちょっと、いつまで寝ぼけてるのよ。いい加減起きてもらわないと困るんだけど。
Huh?
だから起きなさいって。もう10時過ぎよ。ご飯を食べさせろってイリアがうるさいんだから、起きて相手をしてあげなさい。
She sounds upset. I snap to full wakefulness. It's past 10. I jump up.
そう。正確には22時17分。夕飯の時間にしては論外ね。
Tosaka stands over me looking annoyed. Sorry, I fell asleep. I will be out soon, so I wait in the living room.
それはいいけど、シロ、セイバーは？
Her, if she's not here, yes, the dojo or the living room?
シロ、私はセイバーがいないから聞いてるの。
Tosaka is serious. And I instantly realize what that means. Don't tell me she hasn't come back yet.
ちょっとシロ、帰ってきてないってどういうことよ。
Tosaka runs out of the room after me. There's no time to explain. I ignore Tosaka's yelling behind me and I rush outside. The town is quiet. Just like yesterday, there is absolutely nobody around. I don't have the patience to think about how odd that is. Saber hasn't come home yet. I actually don't blame her. We had a huge argument. She said she was going to fight alone. Knowing her, she would do it too. Saber's nowhere to be found. If I can't find her, that might mean she's actually fighting Lance as a final servant as we speak. But I head straight to one more place. The air near the river is cold. The night is chilly, and when I passed the park, it was so cold the entire place felt like it was covered in frost. My cheeks and ears sting with the cold, and my breath mists white. If it's that cold on the park, I can't imagine how absolutely freezing it is going to be on the bridge, with the wind blowing up from the river. There, I see her. She's right where she had been standing when I ran away. Saber leans on the rail and just gazes out over the water. Maybe she's following the sun, which has long set. She is staring off into the distance, her eyes fixed on the red horizon that has long since vanished. And that is when I realize Saber is strong, but she is weak too. Her dignified appearance is just a way of trying to prove she can get by without anyone's help. But at the same time, she is so fragile she might slip through my fingers if I reach for her. She can't do things alone, but she will probably keep that front up till the very end. So, just like me, she had been staring up at the unreachable stars. All she does is look at the sun, setting sun, as if it is all she knows how to do. I can't leave her alone. If our argument needs a loser, then it's unquestionably me. It has led to me swearing never to let her make that face again. I step out onto the bridge. Saber doesn't seem to hear my footstep. I approach without a word and lean on the rail next to Saber. Saber, you're going to catch a cold out here. She jumps in surprise. Saber finally notices me.
Shiro.
She turns toward me. What are you doing out here at this hour? You didn't come home. Tosaka was worried.
そうですか。それは悪いことをした。
It's fine, but why are you here? Well, it was at least easy to find you since you stayed in the same place.
はい。ここにいたのはまだ行き先が決まっていなかったからです。シローは勝手にしろと言ったでしょう。ですから勝手にしようと思ったのです。けれど何をするべきか、何をしたいのか、どこに行きたいのか思い浮かばず、ずっとどこに行くべきかを考えていました。
She sounds like a lost child. Saber doesn't look me in the eye as she speaks. Maybe she feels guilty. Maybe she does after the fight we had. I can't blame her for thinking I must be angry.
申し訳ありません。リンには世話になったと伝えてください。ランサーを倒し、聖杯を手に入れたのならシローの元に戻ります。ですからそれまで。
Is she saying that she intended to wander around alone without anywhere to go home to? That idiot. What are you talking about? You have my place to come home to. There's food in the bed for you there.
ですが、シローはもう私のことなど知らないと。
Yeah, I have no idea what you're going to do next. I say that. And then I take your hand.
シロー、
Let's go home. You being a servant doesn't mean you won't catch a cold if you stay out here in the cold for so long. Come on, let's get home and eat something warm.
ですが私は。
And I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to apologize. If you have any complaints, tell me now. I'm crude about it, but I try to avoid her gaze. She stares at me confused. Saber looks like she wants to apologize, but I ignore her. Maybe that works in my favor. She doesn't say anything, she just follows me in silence, holding my hand. We head across the bridge and into the park. It's 11 o'clock. There's nobody in the park, but it is packed with plenty of decorations, like fountains and streetlights. I walk briskly. Saber steps are sluggish. She stood on the bridge for more than 5 hours. She must be freezing and tired. When I tug on the hand, she occasionally stumbles like she was about to fall down. Saber, do you want me to walk slower? You don't seem well. I turn toward her as I speak.
いえ、体はとても元気です。ただリンの言葉に踊らされるわけではありませんが、こうして手をつないでいると本当に合いびきのようだなと。
Oh. And just like that my face turns bright hot red. I guess I let your hand go? And that is if you don't like it. Oh, blink blink, oh, wie cute.
いいえ、私もこうしている方がいいです。シローの手は温かくて安心します。
And there our conversation ends. I resume heading home, just to cover my embarrassment. Saber follows in silence. I'm not even sure how much farther it is to the house. A little embarrassed by the warmth of our clasped hands, we both leave the park. A lot has happened today, but if we're ending the day with warmth like this, hell, I would change religion and thank that priest who indirect as he may be, allowed this moment to happen. Of course, the second I think that...
どこに行く? 勝手に人のものを持っていくな、小僧。
We run into someone we never should have. Ich würde sagen, an dem Punkt beende ich dann mal diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao!